So I just wanted to do a role play with Chad on an inbound call.
I'm ready. I'm the agent, right?
Yeah, you're the agent. Yeah. So I'm calling you. Ring, ring.
Hello, it's Chad.
Hi, Chad. This is Bill Bird. I just received one of your letters.
Okay. Well, thanks for your call, Bill. Listen, we send quite a few pieces of mail. Could you help me understand which of the letters you got?
I got a letter that was offering cash for my dad's house who just passed away.
Oh, okay. I understand. So you've recently inherited the home.
Yeah.
Is it just are you the only sibling, or are there other people?
Well, I'm the sibling that's calling you. I'm actually the executor, and yeah.
Okay. So are you the sole executor, or are your siblings also executors, or?
Well, I'm the youngest of 6 children, and my father left me as solely in charge, but I'm fully scared of my brothers and sisters, so they're all going to have a vote in this.
Yeah, no, I can appreciate that. I mean, we work with a lot of people, Bill, that that have big families, and you're not alone. I mean, a lot of people don't know where to start and really don't know how to deal with brothers and sisters and other family members. You can take comfort in knowing that even though you're the youngest kid, I mean, your parents, thought a lot of you to give you this responsibility. I know it can feel like a real burden to you right now, but we understand that, and we've built a team of people specifically to help folks in your situation. If you don't mind, could you tell me a little bit about the situation with your siblings? One of the things that's really important is that we make sure everybody's on the same page before we get too far into anything. The last thing we want to do is create a worse problem for you by going down the path of talking about the home and the price and the marketing and the listing, and then have your brothers and sisters turn against you even more because they weren't part of that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. So
what is that relationship like right now?
It's very stressful. Everyone's very emotional right now, and I told my brothers and sisters that we got this letter, and they were just really appalled that you sent that letter. They were just pissed. They kind of consider you a grave robber.
Yeah. Well, listen, I can understand that. Perception is everything, right? So for somebody who hasn't read the letter and they just get an idea that a realtor sent a letter because Dad died, they run off with that story. I can see how that can get kind of blown out of proportion. So, but I think if they read everything you read, and you obviously called me for a reason, you saw some value in the service we provide, I think if I have the opportunity to sit down and talk with them, they'll really understand that we're coming from the right place. And we really did design this as a community service. I mean, I started out because I noticed through my tracking that 77% of inherited homes expired in my market. So I just saw a better way, and I took the people that were already around me, my estate sale company, my cash investors, my contractors, and we kind of built a team specifically for helping people in your situation. We've got tons of testimonials that I can share with you, and tons of great stories of families we've helped. So, well, let me ask you this. Is there a home that you would like to sell, Bill, or is this something that you think needs to cool off for a while?
No, I don't think anything's going to get calmer. And, one of my brothers has already went and bought a car, and he told the car company that he's getting an inheritance. So I already got a phone call on that one. Okay. So I would say we need to get this done ASAP.
Okay. Well, listen, I've got a spot on Friday at 3 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and does that time work for you?
Yeah, it works for me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and
anything else I should bring with me?
Well, I'm going to put that in tentatively. And what I need from you, I need you to contact each of your brothers and sisters, as long as you're okay with that. And just let them know that I'm not just some guy with my face on a billboard. We can help you clean out the home. We can help you do repairs. We can make sure that you get the most amount of money on both the personal property and the real property. If you could call each of them and just confirm with me on Friday morning that everybody can be there. And I understand people have busy schedules, especially during the week. So if they can't make it in person, we have the technology. We can either do an online meeting or just simply a conference call, and I'll email out everything that I'm going to bring so they have exact copies of what you and I are looking at. Does that sound fair? You can do that?
Yeah. So help me out. Why would I want all my brothers and sisters to be there?
Well, unfortunately, we learned the hard way that we don't want to get involved, and regardless of the family dynamic, we don't want to go down the path of making decisions without all the decision makers. We've unfortunately seen, the gap in families widen and situations get worse when people insisted that they go ahead and meet with us. And then later, once we decide on a price and a strategy and a marketing plan, then all the other siblings feel left out, and sometimes even like you stole money from them because you listed at a price they didn't agree with. So, we make it, we insist that everybody be there and be part of it. Otherwise we're not trying to make your situation worse, and that's certainly it's going to do that for sure if we don't include them.
All right, great. So then I'll get back to you.
Okay, so I've got you down for 3:00. Listen, before we go, can I ask you a few more questions just so I can do my homework?
Sure.
And then I'm going to break script. So we're just going to go through the appointment setting. So from there, if you guys notice, my goal is to make sure that I've got rapport with Bill, make sure I understand the family dynamic, the relationship dynamic, and make sure that there is a motivation to sell a home. And once I have those three things, and I feel like you'll trust me, then I'm going to set the appointment. And then that's when I find out about the address, square footage, the number of bedrooms, baths, updates, all the other stuff that you need to know to prepare for your listing appointment. But focus on those three things up front. Focus on building rapport, sharing, having some empathy that, you understand the situation Bill's in, showing him what value you can provide. And then find out, is there a home to sell and a motivation to sell? Who are the decision makers, and what's the relationship? So one of the things that I quickly brushed on there that I want to make sure everybody understands, like, it's sometimes impossible. When you get 7 or 8 siblings, it's just not feasible to get them all in the same room. Do not go on that listing appointment until they're either going to be on the phone or in person. Unless they're just not, if they're not a decision maker, if the sibling says, listen, I don't care, he's ugly, he's got no say in this, and I don't care, he'll get what he gets. If the executor is completely cutting out the other decision makers, then you can go on that appointment and deal directly with the executor. If it's any other situation, if they have any say at all, if he wants to maintain that relationship and be transparent with his siblings, you've got to get them there on a conference call, on a join.me, in person somehow. And what I do is I'll make a PDF of the listing package before I leave, and I'll email it to each of those people and say, please print this off, and we'll call you from the kitchen table. And we go in, we take a tour of the house, we sit down, I lead them to wherever in the home I want to talk, and then we place a conference call and get everybody on board. Because the last thing you want to do is have brother A and sister B thinking that the house is worth $500, and when you go through your big, beautiful CMA and market absorption analysis and show them that the house is only worth $350 in the current condition, in the brother and sister's mind, you just stole $150,000 from them. But if they're part of that presentation with you, if they see that, then they're going to go, oh, okay. So you can be the evil realtor, or you can be the guy that made sure everybody was there and made a group decision that they're comfortable with.
I do a lot of calls in California, and there's always somebody that wants the money ASAP. It seems like there's always somebody that has spent the money before that on the market.
Okay.
And it's important for me to identify that because that creates pressure in the whole transaction. And the thing that I just want to say is Chad's script does go on and ask a lot more questions, but the thing that I have learned over and over again is you've got to make sure that you're talking to the person that can make the decisions, and if there's influences, because most homes in California are in trust, but the brother, the sister, or whoever's in charge normally wants to include everybody in the decision. So it's really important, like Chad said, to make sure you have everybody on there so that you're not revisiting this constantly.